Hello, everybody. Welcome to my meeting. My meeting was and is and will always be the nature and life. In this existence, the solar system is a speck. In that, the planets are super speck. In that, planet Earth is a super micro speck. In that, Great Britain, United Kingdom, center of the Earth, is a super micro speck. In that, Cornwall, St. Ives, Carby's Bay is a super micro speck, millispeck. In that, we have 7 big heads coming together, so-called G7. Together with the European Union heads, the 2 heads of the European Union, the Commissioner and the President, is also here. The real problem for the planet is just that we as human beings have become a big problem. Because the planets, the galaxies, they're not strung with a thread or a long yard of a cord spinning around perfectly in order. It's happening in the most perfect and incredible geometrical perfection, a precision, geometrical precision. It's happening for us. Yet, we have come to play up with nature, play up with our nonsense, ignoring the perfection of creation, perfection of life, intelligence of life, with our limited information and intellect. That everything we do seems to come from a microscope. Everything we study is how to use it, how to use an ant, how to extract protein from an ant and inject into your body to find health and well-being. It's not going to happen. The nature is not designed this way, to see it from a microscope or from a needle. It is meant to happen in a way it's intended for its intelligent creation. And your silly scientific, political, religious ideologies and philosophies are crippling our possibility to be as human beings and to experience this phenomenal life process. A unique life process that we all been given the opportunity to experience, yet your nonsense of build back better after destroying every possible life that is on earth. My focus is on the nature and life. My attention for life is what is supporting me, the very breath and its purity, the very air of its health, of the atmosphere, the air. I'm not sitting down for coffee in a meeting. I'm not sitting down only to pollute the air. I walked thousands of kilometers, shared the encounters of our impact on earth, on the ground, the soil, the rivers, the lakes, the ponds, the very way the life is meant to live in a wholesome way and a pure form. Our production, our extraction, our pollution, our poisoning of every bit of what life is. It's not your meetings, you gathering together and a circus of media and photography and posing for photo shoots and photo ops is not what makes life and what other human beings' lives are being compromised. We meant to be humans, to be able to evolve enough to understand a situation and find and enhance a solution. There are no rich and poor issues. There are no black and white issues. There are no gender issues. There are no political gender issues. There are no physical issues. There are all psychological nonsense that we have drawn up individually because of our limited access to knowledge, limited access to intelligence of our inner ability and inner and innate function that we've forgotten because of our exterior comforts. We created for our own greedy aspirations and limited dreams. My dreams is wide and broad, and it's not been possible to achieve in my lifetime, nor in another 1,000 years, the way we are continuing to destroy our very fundamental, inclusive, cohesive involvement, the way that human beings are meant to function with the existence and life around us. By extracting and destroying and putting through a needle in a laboratory or in a test tube is not how life is going to survive on this planet. That's not how the life is designed to thrive and blossom. It is designed in a way the creation intended for. A meeting is a great understanding of being able to know this without your self-interest. My interest is to see that every life thrives and that the environment that we live in, the environment that supports our lives, the very big heads, the big governments that they so-called have come together to find solutions, isn't going to find solutions unless you're conscious and responsible and genuine and sincere enough. It's not your ego, it's not how powerful you feel, it's not your importance that will drive for solutions. It is your conscious, gentle involvement. It is not your interest, self-interest of greed. It's not your selfish attributions that is going to help us as a soul, human species on this planet to survive. It is our all-inclusive, boundless, expansive, our sharing and embracing of life is what is going to support us. In those photo ops, what drew my eyes to was those seagulls freely having their own meeting, own summit, and watching and looking at the G7 heads. And to me, those birds were free and having a wonderful, peaceful time without people on the beach, with the nature and transacting, enjoying the freedom of having their meal, sifting through the sand, looking for feed to fulfill the stomach. And that's exactly what we want. Every stomach, every creature, there's one situation, that one problem that drives their innate survival, They drive into that survival instinct. There's one problem: to feed the stomach. All other creatures, when the stomach is full, the life is settled. For us, when the stomach is full, the 100 more problems, and this is the serious problem that we all face, that the people who got their stomachs filled, sitting down and talking about policies and procedures and solutions and greener and better and this and the other, is only because their stomach is full. Remember, every stomach needs to be full for life to be settled on this earth. And that includes the very microbial life that exists on the planet is in cohesive, woven, wholesome fabric of life. And then breaking it by putting through all kinds of technical and technological and scientific scope is not going to make us survive. Will all further deteriorate our possibility of existing here on this earth that was meant for life to enrich and thrive and blossom. It is not your individual craving, aspirations and greed that will save life and enhance the life and the phenomena of life. I hope this meeting will bring about conscious solutions and responsible solutions and become a framework in schools and educational institutions across the planet for all life to thrive. I'm sure those beaches were covered with plastic and other wasteful produce that we humans have so freely thrown into the ocean. They're all being cleaned up for this very limited 3-day summit. Yet remember, when the people return to the Carbis Bay in St. Ives in Cornwall during this summer, I will be bringing you some videos about how much impact we have caused since Carbis Bay has become a global news today because of this summit taking place. I'm sure everyone will descend on there once the borders and boundaries and our nations people start traveling and getting for a photo shoot up. I will bring you the impact we have caused on that beach after the meeting and summit has taken place and they walked away. I hope the people who visit Carbis Bay and the pristine landscape that was shown on your TV screens and your social media apps, I hope they get maintained. I wish you all a great and successful meeting, and I hope the solutions that come out of that may benefit every life here on earth. That's all I can say. In my humble, most simple life I've learned to live with and to share and leave something beneficial and better for somebody behind me who wish to really put their lives to some good use.